Welcome to the 3 for 3 podcast. We're back. It's been a minute. He is Alex the Podfather Gullett. I am Paul Teach Nelson, and you at home make us 3 for 3.
3 for 3.
Missed you, buddy.
Yeah, I missed you.
I know, man.
It's a long week last week. Took the week off.
Took a week off. Recharged a little bit.
We have recharged, and we came back this week. Bad week to come back for me. Bad week for you, too.
Listen, we had to come back. If we didn't come back this week, people would have started saying, these jokers only come back and record when they win.
Yeah,
so
that's it.
We can't do that. Listen, it's sweater weather.
It is. It is.
Pumpkin season.
We carved pumpkins the other
I
night.
saw them, man. Their pumpkins are on the porches.
Yeah, look good.
And this is the best time for sports, maybe.
And no, this is the absolute best time for sports. I mean, you think about this right now. We're in playoff baseball.
Check.
Come on, Orioles, tonight.
I'm hoping.
Let's do it.
Win or go home.
Win or go home. We got playoff baseball.
Yeah.
We got NFL Week 5.
Yeah, we got preseason basketball.
We got preseason basketball. The Lakers played last night. The Cowboys played Sunday night.
Dallas lost to a Spanish team today.
We're gearing up in college football.
Halfway through the season already.
Halfway. Starting to get a picture. It's becoming clearer who's real.
It is. It's midseason college football, and midseason for me means, hey, let's head to teacher's classroom. Let's take the midterm, baby.
Are you giving grades today?
Listen,
is it midterm time?
It is midterm time.
I love that. I love that.
Let's see how you do on the midterm pod follow. Let's start in the ACC.
Let's do it.
Let's just go ahead and talk about Mario Cristobal, because that was
the worst call of all time.
And I wish I could say it's something we haven't seen from him, but we saw it at Stanford.
Yeah.
Right? Against Stanford when he was at Oregon, he did almost the exact same thing.
But you don't expect that they're going to throw the Hail Mary and actually get it. And God knows how they let a receiver get behind them like that. I mean,
I don't know.
You're at least playing prevent defense, cover 4. You're coming off. You're playing the end zone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
On the line.
You're playing the end zone. And so that was a wild ending to the game. Cristobal, should he lose his job?
I don't.
Or is he just failing the midterm?
Maybe he's definitely failing the midterm. And they opened the door for FSU to win the ACC. Who do you have winning the ACC right now?
I like FSU right now. I think, listen, Jordan Travis is the real deal.
Yeah.
The kid can play football. And FSU, I think for the last couple of weeks, has showed they can win tough games.
Yes.
They can front run.
Yes.
They can come back. We've seen a little bit of everything from them. So I like FSU and what they're doing this year.
Yeah. I mean, North Carolina,
who else is there?
North Carolina got their star wide receiver back. Tez Walker is officially allowed to play football. Congratulations, Tez. Yeah. And there's a little team in Kentucky. Let me ask you a question, Podfather.
Yeah.
Do you pronounce the capital of Kentucky as Louisville or Louisville?
It's Louisville.
First of all, it's Frankfurt, but there's a little geography right there.
Yeah, but you can't ask me the Louisville question. Anyway, how do you pronounce Louisville?
It's got to be
Louisville.
It's Louisville.
No, when you're talking about the bat, it's a Louisville Slugger.
It is a Louisville. It's not. Nobody says it's a Louisville Slugger. Right?
Yeah, that's weird.
I think Louisville's a great story. I think North Carolina probably has, I would say, the best quarterback. I like Drake May more than I like Jordan Travis.
Duke, Notre Dame.
Yeah, but I just think this is FSU's to lose.
You think FSU is better than Notre Dame?
I do. I do think FSU.
You think they're better football?
I think they are. I think they are right now. I think Notre Dame has a lot of mediocre players with a great quarterback, and they still make stupid mistakes.
Neutral field, you're taking FSU over Notre Dame?
I am taking FSU.
That's tough.
I'm probably taking FSU over North Carolina and Louisville as well. Louisville has an easy schedule. We're probably going to see an ACC championship where Florida State runs away. And even as a one-loss team, they might get in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. And we're going to talk about playoffs here in a little bit.
Let's stay in the South with the SEC. I mean, there's really two teams, right? We are heading for Alabama, Georgia, which is always a great game.
And this is always where it's at too, right?
My big question is, if Georgia finishes undefeated and Alabama makes it to the SEC championship and beats them, does Georgia still get into the college football playoff as a one-loss team that loses to Alabama?
I think so. I think they have to, because SEC is the cream of the crop, right? And so you're playing literally probably I don't want to jump too far ahead, but when I look at it, it's Georgia, Michigan, Alabama, Ohio State, and Notre Dame, FS. They're all I'm taking Alabama over each one of those teams on a neutral field.
There you go.
I really am. I mean, you think about Nick Saban as a coach. I think they have some QB problems, but I think there's ways to to work around that program.
Seems to like they're starting to solve those QB problems.
And that defense is legit.
It's a great defense.
Yeah.
I think it's still the SEC might sneak 2 teams in there.
I think so.
Another conference where there seems to be only 2 teams who have a viable option is the Big 12. Now, we saw the Red River rivalry this weekend.
Yes.
And what a game it was.
Great game. And actually, we talked about that earlier, right? It was a couple of days before the game. And I was like, no way. Texas wins 100%, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I ate my words.
There's a reason that I am the college guy and you're the NFL guy.
And I think you even texted me. And you were like, what did you say? You said
Dylan Gabriel balls out and OU wins.
Yeah, you were like, Quinn Ewers, question mark, because he had more interceptions and completions at some point. You know?
Yeah, listen, I love the story of 49. So Oklahoma loses to Texas last year by 49 points.
Yeah.
And the strength and conditioning coordinator, right? He's out there. And to end every Sooner practice, they always do, hey, medicine ball. Every Tuesday is medicine ball sit-up day. They have to do 25 sit-ups. And what did Oklahoma's strength and conditioning coordinator do?
49
every Tuesday for the last year.
What
every
a
Tuesday. I mean, that's
tough.
The
Cowboys didn't do 49 push-ups this week.
No, they didn't. They didn't do many push-ups at all. Do I think Texas wins? I think Texas still wins the Big 12. I think Ewers does have a better game.
So I think Texas wins. I think if they play 10 times, Texas wins 8.
Yeah,
I really do.
I think I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
So we got, again, if we're recapping right now, who wins the ACC?
FSU.
Florida State. Who wins the SEC? Toss up. It might not matter. They might get 2 teams in there.
I still think it's Georgia, though.
I would go Georgia as well.
Yeah.
And then who do you have winning the Big 12?
Big 12. I'm going to go Texas.
I think it's Texas.
It's Longhorn football in the Big 12 right now.
We are 3 for 3 for those conferences. Now let's head on over to where they have.
I think this is where we start to begin to have a discrepancy between what we think.
Listen, they always talk about Big 10 is big boy football. And you go, yeah, for the first 8 weeks because you don't play anybody.
Yeah, and then when they play in the playoffs or they play
each other, and everybody kills each other. So there's a couple teams, Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan. Who are you leaning toward?
I'm going to lean Michigan on this one. I think Michigan is the Big 10 champion this year. Not super impressed with what Ohio State's doing right now.
Not at all.
Listen, those wide receivers, they don't look the same, and I still think they have the same talent. The quarterback is an issue.
Yes.
Okay, can't get the ball downfield. They're having an issue there. Penn State, listen, I like Penn State as much as the next guy, but they don't have that guy who pops off screen. They just don't.
Yeah,
maybe the defensive line. They have a few defenders that I think are pretty decent. No linebacker guy this year.
No.
No RB. They were running back university for a minute too.
Yes, they were.
Saquon Barkley came out of there.
Larry Johnson.
Yeah. And so they had some good players there. I don't see it this year for Penn State. I'm going Michigan. I like JJ. They probably have the best running back in the nation.
Might have the best too.
Yeah, maybe the best too, right? They really might. And then the defense is not slack either.
I say all the time, football is weird.
It is.
So I'm going to go back to that well and say this is the year Penn State actually does it.
You think so? They never get over the hump.
And it's because they had Scott Clifford, the big red dog at quarterback the last few years, 6, 7, 8 years.
Wasn't Steve Clifford an NBA coach?
You know what? I think he was.
So listen.
Sean Clifford. Maybe that was it.
I think it was
one of these.
So
Cliffords.
listen, I think Penn State and Notre Dame have the same problem.
Average skill guys?
No, I think what it is the year that they're hyped. Every year when you're like, this could be the year, they go and lay an egg.
Let down you.
They have the Dallas Cowboy syndrome.
I think Drew Allard's a star, the quarterback. I think he brings a moxie. I think he jumps off of the screen. And this sounds stupid.
No, not yet.
That offensive line jumps off the screen when I watch that.
The offensive line is
they
good.
dominate. So that's going to be an amazing game. It's going to be the Michigan defense versus can Penn State put up 31.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Penn State.
I'm going Michigan.
To win the Big 10, I'm going Penn State. Podfather's going Michigan. We'll see.
Let us know your thoughts on that. OSU, Michigan, Penn State. I think this is the toughest one. I think there's a gap between Georgia and Alabama. Well, we haven't got to the Pac-12 yet.
We haven't got to the
Pac-12 yet.
Big 12. Listen, everybody in college football this year, the West Coast is the best coast. So
they're good.
Washington looks great. USC looks great. Oregon has played out of their minds. And you have spoilers. You have Utah still lurking. You have UCLA playing the best defense in college football right now. What is that? You have Wazoo. Go Cougs, right?
Yeah.
You have Oregon State, who you have all these teams.
And each of those teams have that player that can really pull them through.
Yes.
The Cam Ward. You know what I mean? It's just like, if he catches fire, if this guy gets hot.
Bo Nix goes on a run. Michael Penix goes on a run. Caleb Williams does Caleb Williams stuff.
That's right.
So, who do you have winning the Pac-12?
Pac-12 this year, here's where I'm going to go. I think, to me, watching it, I've watched a few games, seen some USC, seen some UCLA. UCLA's defense is real.
They are.
They have a really legit defense.
Chip Kelly, who'd have thought?
You know what I mean?
Chip Kelly, known for his defense.
The 7 second, line up and throw the ball. Like, it's crazy. But you know where I'm going to go? I'm going to go Oregon. I think Oregon hits. Maybe it's because of the Colorado beatdown. I'm still living a high off of that.
Good.
But I really do believe in Bo Nix. I think he's slightly more experienced than anybody else in college football.
Yeah.
But that team looks fast. I think Caleb Williams gives USC a little edge, just best quarterback in the nation. But Washington's good too. This is tough, but I'm going to go Oregon.
All right, so I'm going to take USC out of it just because they've looked Listen, if you struggle with Arizona, then you're probably going to struggle with it.
But it's the Caleb Williams effect.
Right. They shouldn't have struggled with Colorado. They should have been able to handle Colorado.
Yeah, they let them come back late in the game.
So that now I'm left with Washington's offense versus Oregon's defense.
So you're going Michael Penix or you're going Bo Nix. This is going to tell who you are. These are two different quarterbacks. These are two different.
It is.
I'm just saying. I want to know, Teach, who are you? This is going to tell us a lot about you.
My winner of the Pac-12 is Oregon. And it's because the defense jumps off the screen at all three levels. And if I'm calling Michael Penix and Bo Nix a semi-wash, I'm going with the better defense.
I think Penix is a better quarterback.
I don't think you're wrong.
Yeah, I think Penix is a better quarterback, but yeah, Oregon's the right pick. You did good, Teach.
Thank you.
You did good, Teach. Proud of you.
I appreciate it coming from you.
Yeah, yeah.
The college football guru that you are now.
I told Coach today that I love that for him.
Yeah.
He was talking about fantasy football, and I was like, look, just trade me Jamar Chase for like James Cook. I was like, what's wrong with James Cook? He was like, I don't need that. I was like, yeah, I love that for you.
It was a terrible impression.
Yeah.
That's probably what he said. Terrible impression.
But I think that's how he sounded.
Jamar Chase has had a disappointing year except for last week.
Last week was a good week.
Now, disappointment. There's been some disappointment in college football.
There has been.
Who has been your most disappointing team this year?
For me, I'm a Virginia boy. It's got to be UVA or Virginia Tech for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just wrap them up.
Just wrap them up, right? All of Virginia football. Like,
just a disappointment sandwich.
Just a very disappointing season for Virginia football. But if I'm going to go like top tier teams, let's go down to South Carolina.
Okay.
Let's go to Clemson.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I think Dabo, we expected more. They brought in some new players. They had a great what's the word I'm looking for? Recruiting season.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
They did.
It was one of the top in the country.
Brought in a great offensive coordinator.
Brought in a new offensive coordinator. There was all this talk about how, Clemson, they had to turn the page on some of those quarterbacks. Some of those other players came out, but they were really stacking back up. They have looked pretty bad this year.
They have looked.
Yeah.
They were on my list. I thought about Michigan State, but with all their scandal and stuff. But the team that I was high on, the team that before the season started, I said,
your guy.
I think Sam Hartman and Notre Dame Fighting Irish, they're going to do something this year.
I tried to tell you. I tried to be very key. Like, I wanted to be very clear with you and just remind you, like, hey, this happens. I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm a Lakers fan.
It happens.
This is real life stuff.
They're the Yankees of college football.
They really are.
My most disappointing team is Notre Dame.
Good call.
And they still might win out. They still might finish 10-2. And you know what? They'll be at a big New Year's Six bowl, and they'll lose that one too. It's such a disappointment.
Yeah, 10-2 is not going to get you to the playoffs. Notre Dame, disappointing season for sure.
Let's flip that. What's been the best storyline so far? I'm going to go first because I know where you're going. So before I let you go ahead with your Coach Prime Fest, because I guarantee it's there, I'm going to go Rutgers.
Maybe.
Greg Schiano coming back.
I like Greg Schiano.
It's the best thing about Jersey is Rutgers.
Yeah.
The best thing about Jersey is Rutgers, and that's it.
They might not ski in their jeans at Rutgers.
At Rutgers, I will give them a pass to ski in their jeans.
Greg
I will
Schiano.
give them a lift ticket to go ski.
Greg Schiano was in Ohio State. Where was he at?
He was defensive coordinator
at Ohio State.
Tampa Bay Buccaneer coach.
Buccaneer coach, yeah.
He just recruits the hell out of New Jersey kids.
Yeah, no, this guy's good. He's traveled, well traveled. He's almost a Bo Nix of coaching.
Yes, he is. He just fits Jersey. He just fits everywhere else. He's going to lose.
Yeah,
but go to Jersey and somehow listen. Hey, they're going to win 8
Good
games.
for Schiano. So I'm really happy for him.
Listen, I'm going to step back. The floor is yours, Mr. Newly minted college football guy.
This is what pulled me in.
This is what got you to college football.
And now it's even taken more of a dive. I want to tell you now. It's taken more of a dive because now I'm subscribed to like Shador's channels on YouTube and TikTok. And Shiloh may be my favorite Sanders kid.
Okay.
Shiloh's he's an absolute blast to listen to.
He's not Deion's.
Travis Hunter, the podcast. It's good. Don't know what he's wearing. Like the pajamas are weird, but great podcast.
Yes.
Love the content, right? And then Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
Deion Sanders. And I've said it 100 times. I'm like, what really gets me about this team, neither one of us had them go into a major bowl game.
No.
We said if they win 5 or 6 games, what a win for Deion.
Huge turnaround.
What a win for Deion. And that's exactly what they're going to do.
Yes.
They're going to win 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's going to go, wow. And then next year, they're going to be even better.
Yes.
The year after that, they're going to be even better,
yes.
right? As long as they keep Deion, they're going to keep getting better. So what a win for college football. Not just Colorado, but college football. Because there are fans as like the NFL. It's the Taylor Swift syndrome of college football. That's what
to the screen.
Prime time has been the Taylor Swift of college football. Can we just say that?
Good call.
Can we say that?
Good call. I think you should say it again.
Yeah. Prime time has done for college football what Taylor Swift has done for the NFL. We have people that were never interested in college football, myself included, sitting down and watching college football faithfully every Saturday now. As just like the moms watching, Taylor Swift on Sundays.
That's it.
My sister-in-law comes over this week to watch football on Sunday. We make some dip, make some food. Everybody's having a good time. And it gets time for the game, and she changes into a Chiefs jersey. I'm going, you've never once you don't even know that they play in Kansas City. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it the Missouri side? Like, tell me which side of Kansas City they play. Which side? Just want to know. Kansas or is it Missouri? Just tell me. Because you can't, right?
Where'd Travis Kelce go to college?
Yeah, give me
Wait a second here.
Tell me 3 players besides Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. You know what I mean? You can't tell me Kelsey's, you can't say Taylor Swift, and you can't say Mahomes' wife.
True.
Don't want to hear Brittany, don't want to hear Taylor, right? And she changes into a Chiefs jersey, and I'm going, this is what Sundays are made of now.
It is.
This is exactly it.
You're right. Deion is to college football as Taylor Swift is to the NFL.
That's what it is. It's the market. He's driven. I'd like to know the market difference between last year and this year in Pac-12. Just their televised.
Just their games?
Their games.
I'll tell you what. I guarantee he brought eyes to the screen.
It's crazy.
He's bringing a hype to Boulder.
Jerseys
was not there since the chain smokers, I guess. I don't know.
And good for Deion, man. Love that. Love that for Deion. Ex-Cowboy, won a Super Bowl with Dallas.
I don't think he sticks around. I think he might stick around one more year, and then I think he's on to bigger and better programs.
Absolutely. And you know what? If it keeps going like this in a couple of these programs, he could land a big-time job.
Yeah, he could be the next Cowboys coach.
He could land a big time job.
Well, listen, we've talked about some good stuff. Let's jump back on the bad wagon. Which top 10 team is most likely a fraud? Here are your candidates: Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, Florida State, Oklahoma, Penn State, Washington, Oregon, Texas, or USC.
2 pop off.
Okay.
So 2 pop off right to me. I'm going to say 3. I'm going to go OU.
Yes.
Oklahoma. Okay. I'm going to go Penn State, and I'm going to go USC.
All right.
I think all of them, when set up next to the rest of these teams, Washington maybe? How many can I pick?
One.
Just one?
One.
Okay.
Let me tell you why it should be USC.
Okay, you go first.
Let me tell you, because, listen, makeup hides a lot of blemishes. Right?
It does.
Low lighting on dates hides a lot of.
Go to the dark restaurant.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to go to the movies? You know what I mean? Like,
listen, man, just the right light. We're seeing all this stuff, right? Hides a lot of things. Caleb Williams hides a lot of mistakes on this USC
He really
team.
does.
He makes it go.
Coaching mistakes, play calling mistakes.
Oh, yes. I can't take my eyes off of him. So I'm ignoring that they can't block, they can't tackle, their secondary sucks, and wide receivers are playing mediocre.
And they don't have a lot of size.
No.
On the lines. They don't.
So USC could be that team.
The normal Pac-12 problems.
Oh, yes. Yes. They can lose to Washington.
Yeah.
They can lose to Oregon.
Yeah.
They can lose to Utah. They can lose to they can end up being 9-3, 8-4, and we go,
And tough stretch coming up for them.
It is. This is a West Coast team. So
they're about to run the gambit.
I think USC, biggest fraud of the top 10. Now let's again, we go lows, let's go highs. What team outside the top 25 now finish highest?
Ooh.
Who's going to finish the highest?
Give me Maryland. I like Maryland. You know what? I love their skill players. They have a lot. They have a couple really good skill players, I think, to pop off the screen. Listen, they've got a kid out in quarterback.
Tualia. Tagovailoa.
That name rings a bell.
Yeah.
Right?
Baby bro.
Shame on Bama. And listen, we've already had the conversation. We don't have to go into details, but I'm going to continue to say it because I know you're a Bama fan. Shame on Nick Saban and Alabama for letting Tua's little bro.
He went with the offensive coordinator.
Whatever.
Loxley left, got the job, and he was like, "Hey, Tua."
I'm just saying, would they not be better right now with?
Absolutely, they would be a lot better.
We just have to put it into the atmosphere.
They
I need you to hear it. I want you to understand it. Look, we wouldn't be talking about, hey, can Alabama? Is there a chance they can beat Georgia? Because their defense is just as good as Georgia's. Yeah, and Georgia's offense hasn't looked great.
And they're just missing. Yeah, they're just missing a quarterback who doesn't make mistakes.
Yeah.
I'm going to go West by God, Virginia.
That system, gosh,
just because the schedule sets up perfectly for them.
It's the best quarterback to ever come out of West Virginia.
Oh, is it like NFL? Is it Geno?
Is it Geno?
Is it Geno Smith?
It could be.
I mean, if you're just talking about straight up quarterback,
is it Geno?
There's some older names. I guarantee the old heads are going to be like, you remember when so and so came out from there? How did you?
There was a year that I was watching. I turned on a West Virginia game for some odd reason. I have no idea, and I can't remember who the running back and quarterback were. But they had like a dynamic duo.
Could be Pat White.
Pat White is who it was.
Pat White.
It was the running back when Pat White was there.
I don't remember. I'd have to.
Or they had a wide receiver or somebody.
It was a running back. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Pat White and a running back, and they were pretty dynamic. Yeah,
they looked great.
But they ran like a Davy type offense. I don't know what they were doing.
That was Rich Rodriguez. The old like spread option, and it was complete option. So I think West Virginia could finish like 20th, 15th with 2 losses. It'll be something crazy. They'll be the Minnesota Vikings of college football. There you go. They shouldn't be this great of team.
They don't have Justin Jefferson with a hamstring problem.
That's true. Coach does. Let's talk about the best player.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
No, I'm just saying facts, right?
Yeah.
Who wins the Heisman Trophy?
Listen, I don't even think it's a contest anymore.
Really?
Yeah, I think we've gotten a clearer picture. I think Caleb Williams wins it for a second year in a row. Wow. I think he's going to break the ice.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do it. You haven't done it in so long. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
I mean, listen, if this was not a quarterback award, which I get, Devontae Smith won it before, Derrick Henry won it before. Yeah. My vote would be Brock Bowers.
Listen, he's had some very mediocre games this year. He makes one play, a drive. He made a drive at the end of the game.
7 plays at the end of the game with 4 one-handed catches. Yeah. Brock Bowers is playing out of his mind.
Crazy better. Game.
I'll go even crazier. He should be the second pick in the NFL draft.
I don't think you could pick second at tight end.
I think Brock Bowers should be the second pick in the NFL draft this year behind Caleb Williams.
I think Teach is completely wrong here. You cannot spend second pick value on a tight end. It just doesn't change the dynamic of a team.
I think if
look what Kyle Pitts did.
Look what Travis Kelce did.
If you got Desmond Ridder throwing the ball, it doesn't matter where you draft him.
Look what Ron Gronkowski did, right? And his brother Rob, his brother Glenn. I think Bowers is going to finish as the greatest tight end in the NFL. Not saying it for clicks. Don't want to hear anything from you fools.
Better than Rob? Yes. Better than Gonzalez? I think
he is just as good a pass catcher as Kelce. He is a better blocker.
Give me your top 5 tight ends ever.
It's still Gronk is 1.
Yes.
Just because what he did in the block game.
I agree.
Kelce's got to be 2. He's got to be 2.
You putting Kelce above Gonzalez already?
I am.
Okay.
I am right now. Then I would put Gonzalez. Then I would put your boy Jason Witten.
Really? You putting Witten above Gates?
I am.
Okay.
I am. And then, 5, there's so many good ones. There are so many good ones.
Shannon Sharp. Antonio Gates.
Stand Shannon Sharp. I'm not picking him.
Mike Ditka.
No.
Kellen Winslow.
I'm not going old school. I would probably go, it might be Gates.
He had some great Charger years.
He did. Maybe Jeremy. No, not going Jeremy.
Mark Andrews could have been great.
Still can be great.
Injuries killed his career.
Needs a quarterback. So that's what I'm saying. Brock Bowers, it's probably going to be Caleb Williams, but I think Brock Bowers should be on the stage. He should be a top 3 finalist, and he is underrated.
I don't think you can do
player.
that at tight end. It's just not a respected enough position.
He does all the things that you want out of a college player.
So does Jason Kelsey.
Yes.
But
so
I mean,
Jason.
he's a center.
Yes.
Shout out New Heights.
Should be MVP.
Love that show. Yeah.
Should be MVP votes. All right. It's halfway through the season. Who are the final 4?
Final 4.
Yes.
All right. Check this out. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. I'm going to go Michigan.
Okay.
Well, Georgia 1. I'm going to go ahead and give you the rankings.
All right.
Michigan 1. Georgia 2.
Okay. This is where it gets hard.
Oregon 3.
Okay.
Ohio State 4.
All right.
ACC's not going.
Michigan and Ohio State both get in.
Yeah.
That would be Ohio State beats Michigan in regular season. Both 1 loss. And wow, that'd be wild. I have, I'll give it in order. I think it's Georgia. I think it's Michigan. I do think it's Oregon because I think they end up winning the Pac-12. And I'm gonna go. So now it's either Florida State for me or Texas. Could be a dark horse, North Carolina. I'm going Texas.
Can it be Texas after the OU loss?
I'm going Texas. Yes, I think they win the rematch in the Big 12, and I can't stand Texas. I really want to say Bama, but I can't. So hook 'em. Texas is your 4th team, beating out Florida State. Florida State loses. Could be. I don't think it will be. We're halfway through college football. You're still thinking about it.
I'm still stuck.
Listen, it's going to wash out too. We're going to see if the Pac-12 might not get any teams. If all of them beat up on each other and they're all 2 losses, then you're going to see a 1-loss or a no-loss Florida State team. Then you're going to see a 1-loss Texas team.
I hate to see that.
I love it. I love the chaos. I am like the Joker. I want all this stuff to happen. I want.
Yeah, but now Colorado's been losing a little bit, and I'm getting bored. Like, I want to know who's going to be good now. I like to. When I read a book, I read like the first 2 pages and then go right to the back of the book.
You are that guy.
I really am.
That's terrible.
I can't help it.
That's terrible. No, you shouldn't. Don't do that.
I don't like the drama.
Don't be that guy.
I'm not the drama. I don't like the drama.
But you can't read the last pages of the book.
I do.
That's ridiculous. And why read the book at all?
I don't. Just read the last pages.
You're missing out. I live for the season. Every bit of
Nobody wants the middle of the story. Just tell me how it ends.
That's false. That's false. Listen, I eat my hot dogs from the middle. I don't like the beginning or the end. I like the middle.
No, that's weird.
Oh, that's not weird. From the end?
Yes.
Get out of here.
I don't even eat hot dogs.
Okay.
I still cut my kids' hot dogs. They're 8 and 9 years old.
Hot dogs too.
I do.
Quarters, dimes, nickels.
Yeah.
Quarters. We're a quarter way through the NFL season.
Going to NFL. We're just jumping like
we're just gonna jump.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. If these guys are all on a big job interview for the NFL anyway.
Yeah, they really are.
NFL, things are starting to separate.
Ugly. Yeah.
So let's play a little game, right? We're 3 for 3.
Yeah, let's do it.
Here are your 3 options.
Let's do
Super Bowl contender, playoff contender, or pretender. NFL teams, Super Bowl contender, playoff contender, or pretender. So let's start in the East. Yeah?
Yeah, let's do it.
Listen, the Jersey Giants. It's pretty clear, right? We know what the Jersey Giants are.
Yeah, they've got a Daniel Jones problem. I don't see it getting any better anytime soon.
They have all kinds of problems. They are definitely a pretender.
You know what's weird is that Daboll goes from coach of the year to this.
I still think he's a good coach.
I think he's a great coach. I think they spent way too much money on Daniel Jones.
How do you not franchise this guy?
Yeah, it's
you
crazy.
Franchise him and say, you know what? Yeah, we'll pay you $38 million this year.
We'll let him walk.
And then after that, you can go ahead and we'll trade up for one of the 6 quarterbacks that are going to be in the NFL draft.
Very wild.
I would rather have Quinn Ewers right now than Daniel Jones.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
I would, without the mullet and everything.
I agree.
Philadelphia, that's pretty easy too, right?
Philadelphia's the real deal.
Super Bowl contender.
They are Super Bowl contender, and I'm having a hard time. It's a toss-up between them and San Francisco is the best team in the NFL right now.
If I had to choose who's the better team, San Francisco is.
It's tough because I think Philadelphia does just as good a job at running the ball, and Jalen Hurts is just as good a quarterback as Purdy. Philadelphia may have more dogs on the defensive line.
They might have more rotational pieces on defensive line. I will say this. Somebody in this room named Podfather, talked about how losing your coordinators matters. And there's been times during Eagles games where you've looked at it and gone, what the hell are they doing? They need stabilizing factors.
Absolutely.
And I think Steichen and I think Gannon have shown in Arizona and Indianapolis that, they know what they're talking about.
They're the real deal. They're good coaches.
Let's save yours for last and go Washington. Washington, contender, Super Bowl contender, or pretender?
They are pretender right now. Pretender right now. They have to get rid of Ron Rivera first.
Wow. Do you give Bieniemy the reins?
You have to give Bieniemy the reins. What he's done on that offense is incredible.
Yes.
Okay, the difference between last year and this year, and an undrafted guy like Sam Howell, Bieniemy should be the head coach.
Yeah, he was a drafted guy. He was just not drafted very high. I think third round.
Was he third round?
Yeah,
Did they spend a third rounder on Howell?
He was a third round guy.
What a wasted pick.
I don't think it is. I think they still could be a playoff contender.
I don't think so. 1-4 right now?
I think they're still going to be in the mix.
Don't see it.
I think they're 2-3.
No.
Double check that. I think they're 2-3. Maybe they're not.
No, they're 1-4.
I
guarantee they're 1-4.
I bet you they are 1-4, but still is a nice one, maybe. No, I think they are.
They're 1-4.
Okay. We'll see. You got to wear the Boston hat next episode if they are 2-3.
All right. They're 2-3.
Thank you very much.
2-3. Yeah.
Podfather will be wearing a Celtics hat next podcast.
Can't do that.
Let's go ahead to Dallas.
Let's go to Dallas. Yeah, let's talk about Dallas.
Go ahead, buddy.
Contender, pretender, or Super Bowl contender? What do you have them as?
I have them as a playoff contender. I don't think they're a Super Bowl contender yet. I think Micah needs to step up. I think I'm going to let you talk about their problems. I think there's plenty of them, but I think it stems from the same guy.
Yeah. We're going to go Dallas as a playoff contender. I don't have them as a Super Bowl contender. And I've been on the Dallas train for 30 years of my life, right? And I was really high on them after week 1, right? Even after week 2, still stayed high on them.
Yes.
They've got a couple problems and serious issues. This Texas Coast offense, I'm not buying it, Mike. It's predictable. You ran 3 slants, 8 plays last Sunday.
There's an oil spill
That's
on the Texas coast.
1985 play call.
Yes.
Okay. We had 0 motion.
None.
CeeDee Lamb was not moving. He wasn't manipulating the defense at all. It's like the 49ers knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Tony Pollard doesn't look the same.
No.
Rico Dowdle may look a little better than Tony Pollard right now.
Could be.
Dak Prescott can't win the big game. Shows off again. 3 interceptions. 1 great throw the whole game.
Yeah.
Kevontae Turpin. And guess who got hurt? Kevontae Turpin.
Surprise.
So we lose Terrence Steele, Kevontae Turpin. We lose Leighton Vander Esch.
Yep.
We already lost Trevon Diggs. Some serious issues. Now, Dan Quinn got outcoached in that game too. Kyle Shanahan's the real deal.
Yeah.
Guy can coach. But Micah, where are you at? You're doing a podcast. You're telling everybody right now that the Dallas Cowboys aren't that far away from San Francisco.
They are.
Let me tell you something. 42-10 is a long way away in the NFL. And it didn't even look hard for San Francisco.
No.
It could have been a 60-10 game.
They were playing with their food.
They really were. They were teasing Dallas the whole game. I went to bed at halftime. I couldn't take it anymore.
Then woke back up at the end of the game to shoot off some text.
Yeah, basically.
That's
like
what you did.
I'm very weary calling them a playoff contender right now.
Yeah.
Because I think to be a playoff contender, you have to win a game in the playoffs. And I'm going to go through a couple lists of teams.
Okay.
Tell me if you think Dallas can beat them.
Yeah.
Okay. San Francisco.
No.
Let's go Philadelphia.
No.
Let's go Detroit.
If they're playing in Detroit, I don't think Dallas can beat them.
Rams.
Oh, I would favor Dallas barely.
Would you?
I probably,
After this showing?
gosh, I probably would, because the Rams don't have a home field advantage anywhere. If they play in, again, that's this week, right?
They play Chargers this week.
Yeah. So you're playing in LA. That's still a Dallas home game.
I don't know that I like Dallas against the Chargers yet. I'm not going to give away my hand. But anyways, listen, tell me this. Seattle.
I'd probably pick Seattle.
Would you pick Seattle?
Yeah, now, just because that offense.
So you've already named 4 teams that you would pick over Dallas.
Yeah.
So to be a playoff contender, you can't be the 5th or 6th best team and be a contender in the playoffs. Like, you made the playoffs, but that's not the end goal.
No.
Like, if you're going to go one and done, you might as well fall for a draft pick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where's the fix here? I don't see it. And Dallas is going to be in cap. It's going to be cap hell next year.
Oh, yeah.
Trayvon's got to be paid. Micah Parsons got to be paid. We had to figure out something to do with Dak. Do you commit to him? He's due for another contract. Where does that go?
Yeah.
What are you doing here? Tony Pollard.
I think it needs to start at, again, head coach. McCarthy has to go.
Yeah.
I think you do pivot at quarterback. And I think you look at this draft that has 5 legitimate quarterbacks and you say,
there's no way we get one of those.
I think you could. I think we know that you could move up.
But I wouldn't be upset with Bo Nix in the second round.
If you can get him in the second round.
He'll be a second round quarterback. He's 30 years old.
Maybe.
He's drafting a 30-year-old quarterback.
Let's go to the West before you have a coronary. Arizona.
Pretender.
Yeah, but they're scrappy.
They're scrappy. I like the way they play.
Scrappy.
Like the way they play, but they fit James Conner.
Again, if you squint your eyes and look at Arizona, you're like, that team could be good.
They're kind of good.
Then you watch and you're like, maybe not.
Yeah.
San Francisco.
Super Bowl contender. My favorite right now.
Super Bowl contender. And I will say this. I'm going to use my Brock Bowers, right? Listen, Warner should be in contention for defensive player of the year. Will never happen because he's not going to have the sacks or interceptions.
Yeah.
It's not sexy football.
Right.
Like TJ Watt or Myles Garrett or
But I don't think he can win defensive player of the year with Nick Bosa on the line either.
I think he's the most valuable defender.
But Ward is playing crazy football in San Francisco. They're like
he is the guy.
Are they your Super Bowl favorite right now to win everything?
Yes.
Yeah. Mine
and it's because Shanahan, the defense, and Mr. Relevant, Brock Purdy.
I really thought they would miss the defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
When he went to Texas. Yeah. When he went to the Texans, I thought they're not going to be as good. And they're as good.
Yes. I just think Purdy has stepped forward. He looks great, and I don't care what anybody says. It's not the system. Yeah, maybe it's a little of the system, but he's making throws where you go, he's processing everything completely on a different level than everybody else, and he's making all the right reads.
Are we at a place now with Brock Purdy where we can't say he's good for undrafted, he's good for Mr. Irrelevant, or he's good in the system, or is he just a good quarterback?
I think he's slowly creeping into top 8 quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah. You know what scares me, though, is he almost gives me the Jalen Hurts vibes, where I'm not ready to buy it yet, but your eye test says he's making every throw.
He's better now than he was at Iowa State.
Absolutely.
Far better.
Absolutely.
It's like something clicked and he goes, I'm seeing the matrix. I'm seeing everything.
There was a couple dropbacks against Dallas that I saw in the first half where he hit Ayuk on like a 19-yard, like it cut in route, just like a crossing route. And it was like, normal people don't make that throw.
No, Mac Jones hasn't made a single throw like that all year.
No, not
it cracks me up. So Seattle.
Playoff contender.
Yeah, I think playoff contender. I wouldn't say Super Bowl contender, but they're a playoff contender.
No, their back end of the defense is good, and their running backs are good, and their skill players are really good, and that matters in football. So
I think they're just going to get better too, because you're going to have to run the ball at the end of the year, and they have 2 really good running backs.
And are you taking Geno Smith over Dak right now?
I think I am.
Is Geno a top 10 quarterback?
Gosh, he might be.
He might be.
We might have to talk about that next week.
Where's
the quarterback hiring?
Yeah.
Maybe we have the Podfather Power Rankings.
Maybe.
Tune in, baby.
Yeah.
Rams are tough. I think they're a pretender.
I think they're a playoff contender.
Wow.
Aaron Donald back again. Stafford looks great.
Yeah.
Kupp came back, looked like he didn't even miss a game, but yet he missed a year.
Yeah.
And Puka,
Rookie of the year. And
who would have thunk it?
Nobody.
I didn't think it.
Nobody.
So I think they're real. I think they're a playoff contender.
Yeah, I think they're a pretender. I think wheels are going to fall off the bus.
I think the NFC West may be the best division in football.
Ooh.
With the top 3. The Rams, the Seahawks, and the Niners.
They are right now, it seems.
Yeah.
They are right now. Let's go to the NFC South, going from top to bottom. Carolina, clearly a pretender.
Clearly, yeah. Bryce Young's a year or 2 away.
Yeah, and he's shown flashes, but there's nothing there.
And I hate it for him because there's absolutely 0 skill players. You're handing the ball to Chuba Hubbard, right? Who's getting more touches than Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
You're throwing to Adam Thielen.
Listen, Adam Thielen is the perfect wide receiver for every rookie quarterback.
He is.
He gets open. He's going to do things as a professional.
As a number 2.
He's not a number 1.
He
might not be a number 2.
He's a good number 2, not a great number 2.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fantasy, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Atlanta.
Pretender with that quarterback.
Ritter showed us something against Houston.
No.
A little.
He threw over 250. It was like a career mark.
It was a little Rittersance, okay?
Yeah.
It's a little Rittersance. I'm going to say...
I set Kyle Pitts, and he got 15 points. It's
Yeah.
15 points in 3 years.
That's what you get.
That's exactly
That's
what I
what
get.
Pitts is looking at you. He's got you on his fantasy
I
team.
bet he
He's
does.
like, this freaking Podfather got me 2 points last week. What the hell?
Yeah.
I'd say Pretender, but it's close for me. Tampa Baker.
The Tampa Bay Bakerneers.
Bakers.
Baker.
You love Baker so much.
I love
now.
Baker. And listen, they are a playoff contender.
I agree with you.
Yeah, they are. Baker's a better quarterback than what people. I know he's a popular story to be like, oh, yeah, what a wash. Number 1 pick. Listen, Cleveland was a bad situation.
Yes.
Let's just call it what it is. He hasn't had great situations.
No.
You know what I mean? And so I think Tampa Bay is the best place for him that he's had so far. And he's got Godwin. He's got Mike Evans.
He's a better quarterback this year than Tom Brady was for him last year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I would say
he's goat the goat.
They are almost close to a Super Bowl contender, in my opinion. They're close. They're They're a couple trade pieces away from going. Yeah, maybe this is it.
Yeah, they're good though. I like them.
New Orleans,
Pretender.
So disappointing.
Yeah, Pretender.
So disappointing. They are completely Pretender.
You know what? I like their players. I don't like their coach.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem.
They are Foo Fighters.
Yeah,
clearly a Pretender.
Reminds me of like Sean McDermott. Their coach. What's his name?
It's Dennis Allen.
Dennis Allen. Very Sean McDermott like.
I'm trying my best not to punch you.
But I'm just saying, is it not true?
It's not true. Coach McD is a way better coach than Dennis Allen. Get out of my face with that nonsense.
Is he a better defensive coordinator than Dennis Allen?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you think so?
Yes.
Okay.
When he has the right pieces, when his players aren't getting broken legs or torn. Yeah. Get out of here.
Maybe.
NFC North, Chicago.
Pretender.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely Pretender.
And all the Chicago fans know you're a Pretender. Okay?
Yeah.
All you Justin Fields, look at what Justin Fields is doing, all right? He's our guy. He's our guy. Justin Fields, he can still do some stuff. You bring in Marvin Harrison, you bring in guys that he can just stop convincing yourself.
I may pick them at home over Minnesota this week though. FYI.
It'll be a 1-score game.
Yeah, guaranteed.
Because guess what? Minnesota's a Pretender too.
Guaranteed. Yes.
Minnesota is a Pretender as well.
I hate that for them.
I love it.
I'm a Kirk fan.
I want all the bad things to happen to Minnesota.
Really?
Yep, absolutely I do. I cannot stand them because they are the fake good team.
I loved the pick of Jordan Addison. Kirk Cousins, I thought with O'Connell.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it would be just a match made in heaven.
Hasn't been.
Justin Jefferson,
they are again. Jay Jettas is.
Did you think losing Dalvin Cook would make that big a difference?
I don't know that it did.
I know it did.
I don't think it's that.
It is.
I think the games they won last year were extremely lucky.
I won't give Coach that. I'm not ready to give that up to Coach because
I'm going to say he said it. He was right.
Don't say that again.
That again. He was right. Coach was right about Minnesota. They're not winning any of the 1-score games.
I never want Coach to be right.
They need to trade Cousins. Cousins will be a Jet, and everything will be right in the universe, and it'll be mediocre for the Jets.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right.
Who's not mediocre is Detroit.
Detroit is not mediocre.
So what are they?
I'm going to say at this point right now, real playoff contender.
Okay. You really want to say it.
Could be NFC championship contender.
Ooh, okay.
Right? If the pieces fall and they can get, it would take an upset to beat Philadelphia or San Francisco.
Yes.
Right? But could they? I think they could.
This is
Jared Goff catches fire.
This is that, hey, maybe 9 out of 10 times they lose.
What a Baker story Jared Goff is. And he was drafted before Baker.
Yeah.
He's such the Baker story.
Another former number 1 pick.
Former number 1 pick who kind of fell out of graces with the coaches, kind of a bad rebuilding year, didn't know what was going on. And then they bring in somebody else. They go spend all this money, right?
They won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We didn't want you. You were holding us back. We won a Super Bowl. And all the Goff is done.
But nobody talks about how they brought in OBJ, how they went and got Jalen Ramsey, how it wasn't a Jared Goff problem in LA.
Could have been.
Wasn't.
Could have been.
Look at Detroit.
Could have been.
Is there a Jared Goff problem in Detroit? Is
no,
Dan Campbell a better coach than Sean McVay?
absolutely not. He's a bigger coach.
Yeah, but he's not
taller.
a better coach.
No, I don't think
So I don't think there could have been a Jared Goff problem in LA.
could have been.
Is Jared Goff higher than Matt Stafford in your quarterback rankings?
Right now, I would have them about even. If gun to my head, right? Not that we encourage that.
No, we don't encourage that. But if I had if I was like, I'm going to stomp your toe.
Yeah. Betting my paycheck, who am I picking in a game?
Yeah.
Stafford.
I think you have to, right?
Yeah, that was the most. You were all on the Jared Goff train, and then you just hit the e-brake.
Yeah, I mean, if we're betting paychecks, like you have to pick
Betting
Stafford.
paychecks, unless it's somebody else's.
If it's like step on my toe, I might take Jared Goff.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Yeah.
Stomp away.
Yeah, but if you're betting my paycheck, yeah, I've got to take Stafford.
Are they running out of love in Green Bay? Is Green Bay a contender, pretender?
Green Bay's a pretender.
I think
They're not healthy right now.
Yeah.
I think there's a Christian Watson still coming off. Listen, Aaron Jones is hurting my fantasy team and hurting the Packers. The injuries are real again this year with Aaron Jones. They're just not as good when he's not on the field.
True.
I mean, he does a little bit of everything for Green Bay. So they're having a problem there. The defense was supposed to be better. You know, Preston Smith, they brought in some guys like
Jair Alexander said it. And I don't think he said it in a way to where he was disrespecting the offense. He said, our offense is young. They're still learning to click. They'll get to that point, but right now we need to carry that load.
Yeah.
We need to go ahead and have our back. So I think they are a pretender, but I still like some of the stuff I'm seeing from Jordan Love.
How many more years does Matt LaFleur have?
I think he has three more years on his deal, right?
No, I'm not talking about on the deal. I'm talking about for Green Bay not to make the playoffs.
They have to make them next year. I think this is the year where you go transition, no more Aaron Rodgers. Hey, I'm putting things in place. You have to make the playoffs.
But it has to work next year in Green Bay, right?
Oh, absolutely. If not, you're Chicago 2.0.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heading to the AFC North.
Matt LaFleur might be a good Dallas coach.
Don't talk yourself into that.
No, I'm just saying.
No, don't talk. This is that.
If he came and took over from Mike McCarthy, they won a Super Bowl?
No. Sean McVay's a good coach for Dallas.
We got to figure out the Cowboy thing.
It's gonna.
We need a coach and maybe a quarterback.
No, we got to go to AFC North.
All right, let's do it.
I mean, this is a rock fight of the division, right? This is
crazy division. Everybody's 2-3, 2-2, 3-2. Yeah.
Baltimore. I have Baltimore as a playoff contender.
I'm going to say contender right now. Playoff contender right now. Lamar Jackson, I think, listen, Andrews just came back. Defense is good. The defense is pretty good.
Defense is good.
Zay Flowers not doing what I thought he would do. He's so up and down as a receiver right now.
He's doing well.
But he's so young.
When the ball is actually out in front of him. So
yeah, correct. Yeah.
Lamar has a contract problem. Maybe his arm hurts from signing that paycheck.
It's a big paycheck to sign.
It is.
It's a lot of weight on that shoulder.
Cleveland.
Pretender.
I think pretender.
Nick Chubb hurt them.
Yes.
That hurts.
Yes.
And I'm not saying like Jerome Ford hadn't filled in brilliantly. And, Kareem Hunt, welcome back to the NFL.
Watson looks better, but not that much better.
Deshaun Watson looks like he didn't forget how to play football completely.
And that's a shame because that defense is amazing.
Maybe the best defense in the NFL.
Could be.
Yeah, defense is great. Myles Garrett, probably, we did a ranking the other week, and I told you where I had Myles Garrett.
Yep.
And so I'm a big believer, component of Myles Garrett. But
we both had him second.
Yeah.
Who did you have first?
Michael Parsons.
Yeah. Who did I have first?
You had TJ Watt.
TJ Watt. That's right.
Yeah.
Who's on pace for 27 sacks this year?
Won't happen.
TJ Watt.
Won't happen.
Watt. Yep. We'll see. Cincinnati.
Hey, how about Cincinnati be a one game back? Like quietly had the worst start of any NFL team this year, yet they're one game back with Broadway Joe.
0-2. Do they make the playoffs? Are they a playoff contender?
Yeah, they make the playoffs.
Wow. Pretender.
Really?
Pretender.
You're such a Joe Burrow hater.
I'm not. I just don't worship at the altar of the Tiger King.
And I'm not like this big like fan of Zach Taylor either. Like I think he's probably overrated.
I think he is overrated.
Very much overrated.
Cincinnati's overrated.
Joe Burrow is that dude.
I don't think he is.
And Jamar Chase is always effing open. He said it.
He told him.
Put the 7-Eleven up there.
192 yards.
192 yards, 15 catches, 3 tutties. That's what he does.
I think that leads to some bad stuff.
No.
I think it leads to bad stuff. I think Cincinnati finishes under 500. I think they're a pretender.
If they lose 3 more games, do you bench Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow just because of their own coach's team?
I mean, it depends on where they are because, they could lose 3 more games and still finish 11-6.
Yeah, it's true.
But I don't think they do. I think they're a pretender.
I'm just hoping coach doesn't get to play Jamar Chase.
He's going to. Pittsburgh. You're a Pittsburgh Steeler.
Listen, this one's the hardest one to call for me. And it's just because history tells me they're going to be 500
Better say it.
and can back into the playoffs.
You better say it.
It's Mike Tomlin, but I'm going pretender.
Oh,
I'm going. I do not believe
bagging son of a gun.
Kenny Pickett. One good game in 2 years. Don't like it. Not buying it. Hey, listen, Warren, better running back on the team.
Yeah,
doesn't get the touches.
Doesn't get the touches.
It's crazy. George Pickens, what are you good at?
Catching football.
Yeah. And what's he do?
Matt Canada, when we actually listen, he's the one. Pickens should be the one saying, "Throw me the damn ball."
Is Matt Canada the new
Greg Roman?
Roman.
He is absolutely.
He has to be the new Greg
he
Roman.
Is the worst offensive coordinator in football, not named Kellen Moore.
100%. 100%. Or Mike McCarthy.
I have them as a playoff contender. I am never falling for that again. I will have them as a playoff contender every friggin' year.
Not me.
And listen, all the Steelers people I know say the same thing, right? They go, "Hey, you know what? It took Terry Bradshaw 5 years." And I go, "Guess what? If you're still starting Pickett and he's not playing this well 5 years, everybody's gone."
Yeah.
But like I said, I think they have the Defensive Player of the Year winner in TJ Watt, who's going to finish with 25 sacks, maybe.
You think he breaks the record?
I think he breaks his own record.
I don't know.
I think he gets at least 23.
You think so?
I do.
Wow.
Strong take here by Teach.
Yeah, that's a good take.
AFC South, the Indianapolis Colts.
All pretenders.
They're all pretenders. Every one of them. Okay.
No, they're not.
No, you could. I mean, yeah.
There's one that I believe in.
Okay. Who's the one?
Jacksonville.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think Jacksonville's the only one in that division. You look at the Colts. Anthony Richardson can't stay healthy. That's going to be a problem.
No.
Hey, love Jonathan Taylor's back in the NFL, right? Zach Moss still got 30 carries.
Yeah,
okay.
carries.
Anthony Richardson can't stay healthy.
Houston's too young, but they look good.
Hey, CJ Stroud is the offensive rookie of the year.
Puka.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
If it's between CJ and Puka, who are you giving it to?
Puka.
You're giving it to the quarterback.
I'm not.
CJ Stroud should have been the number one pick.
Facts. Absolutely right.
Do you think so?
Yes.
But they're still pretending this year.
They are
right?
pretending.
Give them another year or two.
Jacksonville can beat any AFC team.
Jacksonville can beat any team.
Yes. I wouldn't say any team. I would say any AFC. Jacksonville, San Francisco. Who do you have?
Oh, definitely San Francisco, but I didn't say Jacksonville can't. I didn't say they will beat any team. I said they can beat any team. Right? Because I think they have enough talent to play up to a level.
True.
I don't think they're on the same level as San Francisco nor Philadelphia. Probably not even Miami. But listen, I think they have the potential to play up to those levels. Trevor Lawrence, to me, is still going to finish the year as probably the second best quarterback in the NFL.
I hate you so much.
So I think he's had to figure out how to distribute the ball between Kirk and Ridley and Chark. Well, not Chark. Who they have? It's
Kirk, Calvin Ridley.
And who's their third receiver?
I don't know.
Evan Ingram, tight end, right?
Yeah.
Then you got ETN who needs the ball, but he's figuring out that Calvin Ridley thing, and they look good last week.
You know what pisses me off? No, this is jacked up. Because Josh Allen, all I heard last year was, yeah, but he screws up in the red zone. He fumbles in the red zone. He does this. And then Jennifer Lawrence, all right, your girl, Jennifer Lawrence, fumbles in the red zone, and I don't hear a chirp out of you.
Because he was a blindside hit.
Get out of here, man.
It wasn't like him trying to take too much time in the pocket.
Get out of here.
Now, I think ball security was a problem. He was rolling out, should have had the ball tucked. We know that as a quarterback, but he was trying to look downfield. It wasn't a Josh Allen type move.
Get out of here. Get a haircut.
No, I'm not. I can't. Listen, Josh Allen, to me, is the fourth best quarterback in the NFL.
I vehemently disagree.
You can't go to London and lose to the second best quarterback.
All Jacksonville does is win in London. If they really played all 17 games in London, they would go undefeated.
Are they the closest thing to a home team for London?
They are. Yes, they are.
Absolutely.
They should say, forget Duval. Let's just stay in London because all we do here is drink tea, eat crumpets, and win football games.
They do. They made Buffalo look mid.
The defense lost a guy from breaking his leg, lost another one torn pec.
I feel bad for Matt Milano.
I do. Because I think he was
one of my favorite players.
One of the greatest linebackers in the NFL.
Yeah, he was really good. I feel really bad for him.
Listen, I think the AFC West is the same thing. All pretenders except for KC.
Hard for me to throw out Justin Herbert, who may be better than Josh Allen. I'm still trying to figure it out. He may be number 4 and Allen may be number 5. I'm not sure yet. What I'm saying is that as I'm sitting right now, KC is the only contender.
I think they're only
Super Bowl contender. I think San Diego, LA could be a playoff contender.
I don't think so. I think they have a coach and coordinator problem, like you said.
I think they have an injury bug too. I don't expect Keenan Allen to stay healthy all year.
Buffalo doesn't have an injury bug.
Well, I mean, you can't say that if you're trying to be the fifth best quarterback in the NFL.
God,
You have to.
this is what happens when you become a
things.
jaded Cowboys fan with Dak. You start
Just moving the goalposts, man. You just keep moving it.
I can't trust your eyes when it comes to quarterback rankings.
You can't.
I can't.
I don't have Dak in the top 10 right now.
I don't have.
And I don't have Josh Allen in the top 4.
I can't stand you. AFC East. Let's talk about it.
Okay, AFC East.
New England. Can I ask you a real question?
Yes, please.
Do they consider? I know you're never going to fire Belichick, but do you have that talk if you're Kraft and Belichick at the end of this year and go?
I don't think you can. But here's the question I want to ask
does
you.
Does Belichick say, "Hey, I'll go"?
I have a better question.
Okay.
For you and for everybody watching. It's becoming. The theme seems to be that Tom Brady made Belichick. Agree or disagree?
Disagree.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I think those early Super Bowls were schemed up by Bill.
Peep the stats.
Yeah.
Belichick has had a winning record since when?
Since Brady left.
Since Brady left. What did Brady do after he left?
Won a Super Bowl.
Another question, and I said this 2 weeks ago on the podcast. You and I were discussing it. I said, has the NFL passed certain coaches? The scheme, those skill players, the motion on offense, like the old adage that is you can't teach a dog new tricks.
True.
Right? The Greg Roman problem. Right? Maybe a Frank Reich problem.
Could be.
Could be a Bill Belichick problem.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
If you're the LA Chargers and you need a coach, you say, hey, would you trade your first round pick for Bill Belichick?
No.
I think I would.
I wouldn't.
I think I would. It's going to be a low pick anyway, a mid to low pick. And I think Belichick brings in all kinds of things for LA. Do I think he'd ever do it? No.
No, he would never.
No, I'm not going to. I'll either leave because who cares?
I think his value is so diminished right now.
I think we learned he's a great coach. He's a great
he's
a great chef. He's not great at buying any groceries.
Yeah, well, that's what I wanted to ask you. Because if you look at New England for the past 5 or 6 years,
yeah,
and look at what he's doing with this roster, you tell me the plan. Skill players, what's the plan?
Yeah.
Offense, what's the plan?
The plan was to bring in those 2 tight ends, right? Hunter Henry and Jonnu Smith.
The NFL's so far past that.
Didn't work out at all.
It's so
he
far
thought,
past
hey,
that.
I'm going to reinvent Gronk and Aaron Hernandez.
Can't.
And he couldn't.
You can't. I mean, and those 2 guys were first of all, they were supreme talent.
Yes.
They weren't Hunter Henry.
No.
And Jonnu Smith. You know what I mean? Like that. I'm sorry.
I just
crazy stuff going on in New England.
I think they're a pretender, and they need to start having that conversation.
And
we need to start talking to Grandpa and saying, "Hey, maybe you give us the car keys."
And what do you do with the what do you do with the quarterback issue there?
I think you do exactly what they're doing, and you say, "Hey, we're going to rock and roll and try and get Caleb Williams."
Yeah,
I mean, they could be they could finish as the worst team.
You know what's going to be the worst thing ever? Is they're going to get Caleb Williams, and then Belichick's going to become the greatest coach again.
And all of a sudden, wide receivers will flock there. It'll be, hey, trade me.
Yeah, I want to go to New England.
Get Cooper Kupp or something.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Jersey Jets.
Pretender. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers hurting himself. They would have been a contender had he not been hurt. Defense is real, and they can run the ball.
We're going to finish with my team, and we're going to skip over and go to Miami.
Okay, let's go to Miami.
I think they are a Super Bowl contender.
I think they are AFC Super Bowl contender.
Okay.
I think they could represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. I don't think they can win the Super Bowl.
I think they could, just based off their coach. I think their heads were a little big after dropping 70.
I would love to see San Francisco or Philadelphia scheme Tua.
It'd be fun. It'd be fun.
It'd be a great matchup.
I think Buffalo showed what you have to do.
Yeah, you have to get pressure in the middle.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
you have to disrupt Tua, make sure he can't step up into the pocket.
Right.
Make him go to the outside.
Yeah.
What's Buffalo?
Buffalo is a playoff contender. I think they fall slightly higher than the Dallas Cowboys. They're not yet a Super Bowl contender, but they're also not. They could win a game in the playoffs where I don't expect Dallas to win a game in the playoffs.
Before this week, before the injuries, even if they would have lost, because they lost last year to Jacksonville in a weird 9-6.
They always lose with Jacksonville.
In London, nonetheless. I would have said Super Bowl contender. Now with the injuries on the defense, Tre'Davious White going down, Achilles, he's done. Milano broken leg, he's done. DaQuan Jones torn pec, he's done. You just go, here we go. They couldn't stay healthy. I think Allen's playing a lot better right now. So I would say absolutely.
Is this the place for Buffalo and Dallas? And I got to ask this because, of course, Dallas has Leighton Vander Esch out, Trayvon Diggs out. We just lost Turpin for a little bit.
Yep.
Terrence Steele's hurt now. Is this the time when you start to look at those 3rd and 4th round draft picks and say, hey, where can we make a move to get better at these positions?
Absolutely.
I think week 5, week 6 has to be it, right? Like,
absolutely.
This has to be the place where we make a move.
I think so.
And so if you're Buffalo, where's your move?
I don't know. I think I don't know. I have not done enough research.
Are you going cornerback or linebacker first?
Linebacker. I think they have cornerback depth. I think Benton will return. I think Kyer Elam, you made that pick. I think
But that kid that came in and played for Milano, what was his name?
I don't I know that Bradford plays really good. I know that there's a couple young linebackers that have been playing out their mind.
I can't remember his name. Man, let me find the roster. Go ahead. So you're going to go linebacker?
Yeah, I would go linebacker. And I also would say it wouldn't hurt my feelings if they brought in Brian Burns from Carolina.
Brian Burns,
an edge
rusher,
him up with Von Miller.
Yeah, because Carolina could be selling.
That's what I think.
Von Miller looked like he just came off injury.
Wouldn't mind if we said, hey, why don't we pick up a cornerback and Brian Burns and give you a 2nd round pick?
So let me look at this really quick because I want to ask your opinion on this guy really quick. He really popped off the screen to me. Here we go. I'm finding it now. Bear with me. All right, here we go. Linebacker.
Wasn't AJ Epinesa, right? He was edge.
Epinesa, that was it. Yeah.
Edge rusher out of Iowa.
Played really well, though.
Yes.
Had a good week.
Yes, had a great week. Was all over the field, tipped balls, getting to the quarterback.
Yeah, he really popped off screen.
He was a top 5 projected pick, and then he slid down because he had a rough year at Iowa.
Gotcha, yeah. But he popped on screen when I was watching Buffalo this week.
So.
Yeah.
Again, could always use another edge. Let's talk about Pick'em.
Pick'em. Hey, it's week 6 already.
Listen,
crazy.
I've had a great year. Okay. Last week, I still went above 500. I had 8-6 last week, and I'm still 29-17, which in any other year would be awesome. I'd be doing cartwheels. My chubby self would be rolling down the hallway, except the Podfather's 31-15.
31-15, and I had a really bad week last week.
500 last week.
I did, so I would have broke even, but it was still,
This week,
bad week.
We got a bye week again. These are week 5 NFL pick'em. No, week 6 NFL pick'em. So, Denver, Kansas City.
Give me Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Yeah, for sure.
Washington, Atlanta.
Going Atlanta.
Give me Washington.
That's crazy.
Because they're 2-3 and not 1-4.
Yeah.
New Jersey Giants at Buffalo.
Give me Buffalo.
Go Bills.
Bounce back game.
Go Bills.
Yeah.
Go Bills. Baltimore at Tennessee International game.
Give me the Ravens.
I'm going to go Tennessee. And this is begrudgingly.
Tough pick.
I'm just assuming everyone's going to run the whole time. Seattle at Cincinnati.
Give me Seattle.
West Coast, East Coast. I'm going Cincinnati.
That's a thing, too.
Average Joe. Come on, man. Do one for me. Indy at Jacksonville.
Going Jacksonville.
Jacksonville finally figures it out. Agree. Carolina, Miami.
Yeah, this one's easy. Dolphins.
Fins all day.
They'll cover.
They'll cover by half.
Yeah.
Minnesota at Chicago.
I'm going Chicago.
The Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears. Justin Fields is the guy, let me tell you.
Yeah.
San Francisco at Cleveland.
Give me the Niners, man.
I don't care West Coast, East Coast here. I'm going 49ers.
Niners, man. Oh, so that theory doesn't work here.
No,
whatever, man.
It does not work with this one.
Whatever.
New Orleans at Houston.
Yeah, give me Houston.
I have New Orleans right in the ship.
I like D'Amico.
I think you're going to see hiccups from.
I like CJ Stroud this year.
New England at Vegas.
Yeah, give me Vegas. How can you pick New England right now?
I think this could be a Josh McDaniels / Jimmy Garoppolo, Bill Belichick. Like, hey, this is the game we need to win.
I think.
But give me Vegas.
Yeah, you got to. You have to.
This is probably the best game of the week.
Hey, Jacoby Myers also.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about Jacoby Myers.
Whatever.
Coach does fantasy.
Yeah.
Detroit, Tampa Bay.
Give me Detroit.
I have Detroit as well.
Yeah, and I hate this matchup. I'm really rooting for Tampa Bay, but I think Detroit wins.
Yeah, I really want to pick Tampa Bay.
Me too. And being at home?
Yes.
Like, I really want to pick Tampa Bay.
Detroit.
I'm going Detroit, though.
Better pizza than Tampa Bay. Arizona, LA Rams. Rams.
Yeah.
Philly at Jersey Jets.
This one's tough. Give me Philly.
It's not tough at all, Philly. Dallas at LA Chargers.
Bounce back game, letdown game. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
Kellen Moore off a bye week. Don't love it.
Still got a broken finger.
I'm going Dallas.
Kellen Moore revenge game.
I'm going Dallas.
I'm going Dallas.
Yeah.
I'm going Dallas. Listen, it's a home game for Dallas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I don't care if it's in LA. It's a home game. You've been killing it with the bets too. Last time we were on here, you went 3 for 3 with your bet.
3 for 3.
You won a lot of money. All right?
Yeah, man.
I was looking at the odds. He just won us $580 off a $100 bet.
Yeah, easy.
That's good money. Why don't you give him some free money this week?
Yeah, we're gonna go 3 of them this week. When I got college, I got NFL. We're gonna go 3. So get ready, write it down, take a picture, whatever you got to do. All right. So bet number 1, we're gonna start on Saturday. Right. We're gonna start with the college kids. Get your notebooks out. Midterms just went through, and this team passed. Give me number 13, Washington State getting 3 at UCLA. Okay, UCLA's defense. UCLA's defense may be good.
Yeah,
they're the real deal. But give me Cam Ward and the Cougars.
Yeah.
Anytime you see number 13 getting some points, give them to me. So I'm taking it 3 in Washington State.
I like it. That. Go Cougs.
Go Cougs. Bet number 2, revenge game. All right, we're going to show Kellen Moore what he's missing.
Yeah.
All right. Give me Dallas -2 at L.A. Now, remember, you said it earlier. Cowboys going to L.A. We might be traveling, but it's not an away game.
It's a home game.
Yeah, we'll have more fans than the Chargers there.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
So give me that. I'm going Cowboys.
I'm going to be upset when Kellen Moore's the next Dallas head coach.
I will be really upset. And then for my last bet of the week, I'm going to go Eagles -7 at Jets. Love that. I think the Eagles give Zach Wilson fits. Absolute fits. So minimal travel, and they're just a better team. Yeah, Philly to Jersey, whatever. Touchdown shouldn't be too much to cover. So that's where I'm going.
What are the chances Aaron Rodgers comes in, pulls a Willis Reed, and says, "Coach, let me throw a couple passes."
Put me in, Coach. Yeah, no chance.
No chance.
No chance.
We usually do 3 and out about football. Listen, we're almost at that time where it's basketball season. So let's hit the 3 and out.
Let's do it.
Be quick. First of all, as you can see, it's our hats. You're a Lakers guy.
I am a Lakers guy.
So Lakers are predicted to go 41-41 according to ESPN. Are we 3 for 3 with ESPN?
No, I do not agree whatsoever. So I'm going to disagree with ESPN. I think the key move this offseason, a few big moves. Okay. Key move is this: Taurean Prince. I love it. Give me a guy who can hit an open 3-pointer. Give me a guy who can switch on defense. Listen, played it last night. Rui Hachimura, 20 points. If that kid takes another step, LeBron can be the 3rd best player on the team. And Anthony Davis, he bulked up. Hair is kind of wild. I kind of like it. All right. I'm picking the Lakers to win. I think they end up winning around 54 this year.
54. First of all, LeBron James is the 3rd best player on that team.
Yeah.
We all know Austin Reeves is
Austin Reeves.
Anthony Davis, and then LeBron James. Okay.
Yeah.
So
one of them played in the world.
Hillbilly
That's
Kobe.
what I'm saying. Yeah. Hillbilly Kobe.
Hillbilly Kobe. Yeah, I disagree. I as long as this team has somewhat healthy, and I think they'll be smarter. I think they have a lot more depth this year. They have players, and they don't have Russell Westbrook. So that's always a plus.
I've got to ask this, ESPN, where do you come up with this? Show me your analytics, because 41-41 for an Anthony Davis LeBron team, that's crazy.
I don't think it's much higher, though. I think they win 45 games.
I think it's at least
the West
50.
is so tough.
Yeah, but 50-22, 50-32, that's easy.
I think the West is super tough. Let's go over to Boston, to my Celtics.
Ugh.
The Celtics, a DraftKings favorite to win the East.
Gosh, I don't even like talking.
3 for 3 with DraftKings.
Favorite to win the East?
Yes.
Let me see. Philadelphia's not going to be as good this year. They probably lose James Harden.
Dame.
Got Dame in Milwaukee now.
Miami
didn't make any changes. They didn't get any better.
It's a bad weekend for Miami.
They
lose Dame.
Weekend. Yeah.
They lose Mario Cristobal. Doesn't take any.
Crazy year for Miami. Plus, you know what? They're getting older. Jimmy Butler's not going to be the same, I don't think. Yeah, Boston's probably the favorite in the East right now. Now they'll fold like they normally do. But as of right now, when you look at the roster, love what they got with True Holiday.
We are 3 for 3 with DraftKings. They should be the favorite because the only thing this team was missing was some assistants who actually wanted to coach with Joey Mazzulla.
Yeah.
and a true point guard who can control the game at the end of the year.
I love the addition of True Holiday.
Insert Jaylen Brown, left hand.
Don't love Kristaps.
I love him in the Robert Williams.
I think you guys know. I think you guys missed Time Lord a little bit.
No, I don't. I think Time Lord missed games, so I'm not too worried about it. Kristaps has on average played more games than Robert Williams.
I don't see the defense down low with Horford and Kristaps.
I do.
Where?
Especially last year.
Who's defending the paint?
Horford defends the paint very well. Very well.
That is the most Buffalo Bills, Boston Celtics thing I've ever. You sound like a Cowboys fan. And I know exactly what they sound like.
Analytics. He does defend the paint.
He does not.
He absolutely does.
He might be the most slow-footed person in the NBA.
Listen, you can let them drive right by you and then backside block everything.
I'd hate that for you.
I love it. And I think Tatum takes a step forward on.
But we are 3 for 3. I think
we are 3 for 3.
If Jaylen Brown ever learns how to dribble left-handed, like drive left-handed, dribble left-handed,
unstoppable.
Yeah, the kid would be crazy good.
Unstoppable.
Yeah.
Good thing is he's good enough with his right.
He is pretty good with his
Saving
right.
the right for LA.
Yeah.
Saving the right for LA.
Yeah.
Old Larry Bird. So let's go ahead. Our third one, dynamic duos.
Yeah, this is
Milwaukee
good.
Traded for Dame.
This is good.
Dame and Giannis. So
this is a good conversation.
Let's play a little. Would you rather?
Would you rather dynamic duos NBA?
Dame and Giannis or Spida and Darius Garland?
Dame and Giannis, easy.
Dame and Giannis.
Yeah.
Kawhi and PG-13.
Dame and Giannis will play. Give me Dame and Giannis.
Dame and Giannis.
Yeah.
Fox and Sabonis.
Dame and Giannis.
This is closer than everybody thinks.
No, it's not to me because I think Fox is so overrated.
Wow.
Yeah, I do.
Swipe at the Fox. No swiping. Jimmy and Bam.
Dame and Giannis.
Dame and Giannis right now. Ja, click, click, boom, or Triple J.
Click, 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 boom. I'm going to go Dame and Giannis.
Dame and Giannis.
Yeah.
Now I think it starts getting frisky now. Joel Embiid and James Harden.
Dame and Giannis.
This is tough. If it's the James Harden we got last year, I think it's a lot closer.
So here's what I'm going to ask you. Is Joel Embiid or Giannis better?
Giannis.
Is Dame or Harden better?
Oh, I don't know.
Dame.
Yeah, it's Dame and Giannis.
It is, yeah.
LeBron and AD.
LeBron and AD.
Dame and Giannis are better.
You're wild.
I don't know who's better, Giannis or LeBron?
Giannis right now.
Who's better, Dame or AD?
AD.
You're crazy.
AD may be better than Giannis if he's healthy.
If he's healthy, that's a big if.
It's a big if.
Huge if. Steph and Clay or Dame and Giannis?
Gosh, Clay doesn't look the same. Give me Dame and Giannis.
That's the only reason. That's the same thing.
But if Clay looked the same, then I'd say Steph and Clay.
Yep, it's Dame and Giannis. Kyrie and Luka or Dame.
I'm taking Dame and Giannis. There's no defense in Kyrie and Luka. At least they got Giannis.
Dame and Giannis.
And Luka's your boy.
Luka.
I know where you're at.
It's my favorite player.
Hey, Luka may be top 7 in the NBA this year.
Shut your mouth. Your rankings are terrible.
I'm just
you are
telling
horribly off.
I'm just letting you know.
Josh Allen, Luka,
whatever.
Horribly off. Alabama. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown or Dame and Giannis.
I may take Tatum and Brown. I think they do a little bit of everything a little bit better than what Dame does. And so Giannis doesn't have the gap on Jason that he used to. I'm going Tatum and Brown.
Don't go Jason Waterfalls. I'm going him.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I'm going the Jays of the Celtics over.
And I hate that I had to agree with you. But listen.
You hate it's a Boston. If they were on
if
Knicks,
they were on
you'd be fine with it.
I wouldn't care.
If they were on the Hawks, you'd be cool with it.
Whatever. Yeah.
Durant and Booker.
Give me Durant and Booker. They only shot 60% as a duo at some points last year. They looked unbeatable. Had a bad playoff.
Gets me though. The defense, and Dame isn't a defender, but again, what Giannis does.
Give me Booker and Durant.
I'll take Dame and Giannis.
Then
the last one, the champs are here. Jokic and Murray.
Give me Jokic and Murray.
Give me Jokic and Murray.
Yes, man. The Joker and Jamal Murray is so underrated.
Yeah, I think he's properly rated.
That
never made an All-Star team.
That's wild to me because when you look at the playoffs, there was long stretches in the playoffs where he looked better than Joker.
Yeah. Maybe.
No, the kid could miss. Maybe. He has some offensive abilities that are just,
Wonder how he gets wide open looks.
I don't know. Some guy. Maybe Michael Porter Jr., I think.
Yeah, that's who it was.
Kadarius Caldwell-Pope.
You know who it was?
Was it Bruce Brown?
It was Bruce Brown. All right, we got a bonus. So those are our 3 and out.
Yeah.
We got a baseball bonus here.
Let's do it.
Your Orioles are in the playoffs. They're not looking
with a
good.
first-time starter on the mound tonight.
Oh, my God. Hey, maybe he's not dumb enough to realize it's a big moment, right?
We're hoping so.
We're hoping so. Who wins the World Series? You can pull a Podfather answer and say, this is who I want to, but this is who I think will. Because I know that's where you're going.
Listen.
Sometimes you use this. Sometimes you use this, big guy. Sometimes you gotta use this.
I don't think Baltimore wins the first. I don't think they win the series.
No.
I don't think they do.
No.
I think it ends tonight.
Yeah.
I think we're just outclassed. I think that we don't have the experience there yet.
No.
But
Great
we
year
will.
for him.
Great year for him. It was a win.
Gunnar Henderson, amazing.
It was a win. I like. Who do I don't know. Who's the best team in baseball right now?
It's not who the best team is. I think it's who gets the hottest. Right now, the
Braves?
Diamondbacks are probably playing the best baseball. I'm going to go Braves. I hope the Braves win.
After that 70-40 year?
I love Spencer Strider. I think he should win the Cy Young. I don't think they're going to give it to him. I think they're going to give it to the schmuck in San Diego, Blake Snell. I think it should be Spencer Strider and Ronald Acuna Jr.
You talked about him a lot in the podcast this year. You did.
Acuna, again, he had the best MVP season since Barry Bonds.
You had him number 2 to Barry.
Number 2.
And this is in this era. Yeah.
Go Braves.
Do you think they can win it, though?
I do.
You really think? I don't think they can. I don't think so.
I think they can, and I think it's going to be Braves Rangers.
I'm really just ew. Who would watch that?
I would.
Would you really? Only
Coach
for
would.
Acuna.
Luke LaFata would. Lane LaFata would.
Only because their dad would make them.
Yeah, but that's all right. It works.
Yeah. Ashley wouldn't.
She might.
Lindsay won't.
Yeah, Lindsay won't.
Well, Mason?
No.
No, right?
No. Mason will be watching Gravity.
My kids would be like, Dad, what movie is this?
Yeah, it's Angels in the Outfield. Wait, it's going to get really good.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. Wait for 7 more hours while we just throw a couple balls around.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah. Wild stuff. Good year in baseball, though.
It was a good year. It's not over. It's not over yet. It's going to be fun off season. But again, let us know who you think is going to win it.
Biggest story of the off season for you
for baseball?
Is it Shohei?
I think it's New York is on fire. I think the Yankees and Mets both have money to burn. I think it is where's Shohei going to end up, and also there's some big names, both from Japan, guys who are going to post that everybody's going to go after. Anytime the Mets and the Yankees have a mediocre year, they're going to spend a ton of money.
You know what I'm really interested this year in?
What's that?
Every year Baltimore sells in the offseason.
Yeah.
We move a great prospect. We move our best hitter. We move our best pitcher. What's the market like for Baltimore this year? I'd really be interested. Will anybody want to come to Baltimore?
Yes. You're going to have to overpay.
Yeah.
I think both on the trade front and buying front.
That's what I'm saying.
You have a glutton of
lots of young, movable talent.
Pieces that you're going to be able to go out there and say.
So I'm interested to see that. Yeah, I'm interested to see that. I want to see what we do because every other year it's sell.
Listen, it was a bad weekend for Maryland. Okay, Maryland lost, Baltimore lost,
Terrapins,
and the Orioles lost. The Ravens, Orioles, and Terrapins all lost. But hey, there's always this weekend.
There is,
and there's always tomorrow, and there's always the 3 for 3 podcast.
Always.
For Alex the Podfather Gullet, I'm Paul Teach Nelson. We'll see you guys later.
Yes.